If you're looking for an awesome Class C motorhome, stick around folks. We found some awesome Jayco Class C motorhomes. You're not going to want to miss these. Hey everybody, Mike from RV Blogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to our channel. If it's your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of videos all about RVs, but we also have newsletters that we send out every single week, and we invite you to sign up to receive those newsletters completely for free. We've had over 140,000 people sign up for our newsletters, and we sure invite you to do the same. If you're interested, just go to the homepage of our website at rvblogger.com, scroll about halfway down, and you'll see the form where you can sign up for our newsletters. You'll also notice that when you do sign up, you get a free subscription to RV Today magazine. So you will be the most well-informed RVer on the planet. But without any further ado, let's get started on our reviews of awesome Jayco Class C RVs. This Class C RV is the Jayco Redhawk SE model number 22A. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,200 pounds, a gross combined weight rating of 20,000 pounds with a tow capacity of 5,000 pounds. The length is just 25 feet 2 inches long, and it sleeps up to 4 people. When you first walk in this Class C, on the right-hand side is where the driver's cab is located, and above that we have the overcab sleeping area. Then we roll around into the dinette area and kitchen space, and finally we have the bedroom and the bathroom behind me. Our first impression when we walked in here is that it feels nice and big and spacious in here, and that's because there are a couple of design features that really maximize the floor space. The first one is that they've taken the dinette and the wardrobe area and put them into a slide out, so that gives you some extra floor space here. And usually in these types of Class C RVs, the old way they used to make them is that the bathroom sink and vanity would be in the bathroom, but they moved it out here so that they can create more space because it allows them to push this wall back a little bit. So what you end up with is a really nice big feeling floor space in here. They've also made the wardrobe cabinet a little smaller than what we've seen in some of the older models too. So just maximizing the space and opening it up in here really feels really pretty good. Now in the front cab section here, you'll notice that we have a Ford chassis here. This is on a Ford E450 chassis. Very comfortable seating. All the controls are very accessible. And since the dinette is in a slide out, it does not come right up to the back of the driver's seat, which is great because Class C's are notorious for being difficult to drive, but you can slide this seat back as far as you'd like and be nice and comfortable while you're driving down the road. In other models, you'll see the dinette right up against the back of that driver's seat, and then you're just stuck. Over top of the driver's cab is where the bunk is, or overcab area. You can use this area for storage, and they've got, you know, this mesh that you can hang up here and clip it into place to hold things from falling out, or you can use it for your kiddos to sleep up here as well, and then the mesh will hold them in place overnight so they don't fall out of bed while they're sleeping. Now there's also a TV up here, and this is used for either the bed location or the dinette area, so it's in a pretty good spot. The only complaint I have up here is that there are no receptacles or USB ports, and there's also no storage space or little cubbies or anything to put things. It's just an open area with a mattress on it, and that's really it. So it's pretty plain Jane up here as far as that goes. Now as we wrap on around, we do get into the dinette space. Now these dinettes, we have one in our Class C RV. We actually have a Class A and a Class C RV. Don't ask me how that happened. That's a long story, but and our Class C has a dinette very similar to this. Now these dinettes are kind of weird. They're a U-shaped, and they say 4 people can sit here, but the reality is only 3 people could sit here comfortably and enjoy a meal, right? 1 on each end, 1 person in the middle. So if you brought in another chair and set it here, then 4 people could sit here and have a meal together. But one of the other nice things about these types of dinettes is that they will convert into a bed, and a pretty decent sized bed too. Let's get a measurement on it and I'll show you how big it is. So if you convert this into a bed, it's 74 inches long, and then the width on it is 42 inches wide. So you could get 1 or 2 adults to cram in here together. Definitely a couple kids could sleep here, no problem at all. Now, above the dinette, we have this really nice big window, lets in tons of natural light, and that makes it feel bigger in here as well. And another really nice feature is, you know, if you're working at your dinette, doing some trip planning or getting some work done, it's nice to have a receptacle or a USB port handy, and this has both. They're located right underneath the dinette, so you can plug them in, and they're in a perfect spot because they're out of the way. Now, right across from the dinette is where the entry door and kitchen are located. A couple things about the entry door location. It does have this cabinet over top of the door. We have one of these in our Class C too, and we keep all kinds of stuff in there that we need to use like outside while we're sitting around a campfire. So, you know, bug spray, lighters, flashlights, any of that kind of stuff. Perfect for this storage compartment. Also, all of your controls are located on the outside of this cabinetry, so you can easily access them as soon as you walk in the entry door. Now, this style of kitchen is what's known as an inline kitchen, where all of your kitchen appliances are all in one line. And up top here, you have a nice big cabinet. This is not an adjustable shelf, it's fixed in space. I really prefer to see these as adjustable. Just makes life a little easier when you're trying to store things and you know, put things away. Up top here though, they do have a convection microwave, which is great because if you want to bake some things, you can do that in this oven as well as microwave. And there's a little spot up here that has open storage. I'm not really sure what I would keep up there. Honey, do you have any ideas? I don't think you could put cookie sheets that come flying out of here when you're driving down the road. So I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comments about that. What would you store up there? Kind of interesting. Now down below, we have a double bowl sink with a gooseneck faucet overhead. And then next to that, we have a 2-burner propane stove. It does have this nice subway surround so that if any splatter occurs, you know, it'll hit the subway surround instead of the cabinetry walls. So that's a nice touch. And then of course, when you lift or lower your glass top, this can create a little more countertop space for you too. Now, I didn't see a receptacle up here anywhere, so if you wanted to plug in a coffee maker, you'd have to run a cord all the way to the end of the cabinetry to be able to do that. I guess you would set up a coffee pot here. I don't know. I think that's the best way you could handle that situation. Otherwise, you end up putting it on your dinette table because you can plug it in below the dinette, but I'm not really sure that's a great spot either. Now, down below the kitchen sink, we have some storage here, and then you have a bank of drawers that are built in here too for all your kitchen utensils. And then you have another really nice deep drawer here for your pots and pans storage. So just past the range and the microwave convection oven is where the refrigerator is located. This is a great size fridge, really nice and big freezer. It's a 12-volt fridge, which is great. So it doesn't run on propane, it just runs on your battery. When you're plugged into shore power, the shore power charges the battery and the battery runs the fridge. But really great size fridge built in here, that is for sure. Now, right across from the refrigerator is where we start to get into some of our wardrobe cabinetry and things like that, where you would store all your clothes. This is a nice big cabinet here. It's got a bar up top, so if you have any garments that you need to hang, you can easily do so in here. In our Class C, Susan actually got like a hanging shoe rack, and so in addition to hanging garments in there, we use the hanging shoe rack and store lots of things in there too. So just a little tip that we do. Now down below that, you've got all these fully extendable drawers here, so you can access everything very, very easily. And then, like I mentioned, they pulled the vanity out of the bathroom and put it out here. Now, pluses and minuses to it, but the pluses are the bathroom works a lot better, and you'll see that when we go in there. And if, you know, somebody needs to be blow drying their hair or shaving or whatever while the other person's in there taking a shower or using the bathroom, you can do that. So there you go, great setup. Now up top here you have a nice big medicine cabinet, one of the larger ones that we've seen, with 1, 2, 3 shelves to store all your personal belongings. And then you've also got some storage down below your vanity sink. Now there's also a receptacle here on the side of the vanity, so if you do need to plug in, you know, a blow dryer or a curling iron or a shaver, you've got a spot to do that. Now, just to my right here is where the owner's bed is located. And you notice up top, you've got all these cabinets that go in an L shape around the bed. Lots and lots of room to store all your clothes up there. And then we've got a couple of reading lights here, and there are receptacles and USB ports all around here, so you have plenty of places to be able to plug in, you know, and charge your phone overnight and things like that. Now, your TV location back here is right next to where the refrigerator goes, so you can pop a TV on the wall here, and you've got a receptacle and your cable plug right next to it, so everything lines up just perfectly. Now, the bed in here, let's see how big this thing measures out. And this baby is 74 inches wide, or long, and almost 60 inches wide. So it's almost a short queen bed. It's, you know, 59 inches instead of 60. It's 1 inch off. That's the other big thing they did to these bathrooms over the years. They used to have a 54-inch bed out here, and your bathroom would be a little wider, but they've put the bigger bed and took the vanity out of the bathroom, and they make that work better too. So it all works out very, very well. Now, there's also storage under this bed. This is kind of a split mattress, and you'll also notice it's got a rounded corner on it. But you can flip this mattress up, and then you can flip up this, and you can get to some storage underneath of your bed. There's also an outdoor storage door to access that storage area as well. Now, you might be wondering, where the heck am I going to find a mattress like this if I need a new one? This is a pretty big mattress that's in here. It's nice and thick. I mean, this isn't the usual 4-inch you know, junky mattress that you sometimes get. This is a pretty significant mattress. But we use Tacta mattresses. We bought a Tacta mattress in our Class C. Very often they'll have a cut corner or a rounded corner here in the Class C models. And Tacta, if you go on their website, T-O-C-H-T-A, they have a place where you can go and take all the measurements. They show you how to do it, and you can order mattresses that have the cut corners or the rounded corners on them. So check them out if you get a chance. We have one in our Class C, had it for years, and we love it. I'll throw a link in the show notes down below if you're interested in checking out Tacta, and if you use our link and our discount code, you'll save 7% on your mattress. Now, here I am in the bathroom back here, and like I mentioned, it's just the shower and the toilet back here. But standing in the shower, you know, it feels decent sized. It's not the biggest shower I've ever seen, but it's not the smallest either. It really works pretty well. A couple nice features in here. They have this nice surround built in here, so it looks like a tile, you know, type shower surround. It does have a couple shelves in here for shampoo and soap and things like that. There's also a couple more corner shelves in the back of the shower. But then you have the shower door, which is a curtain, but it's a curtain on a track. And so, you know, these work very, very well. It's better than just having a loose curtain that can blow around and blow in on you or blow out and get water on the floor. So I like that quite a bit. Outside of the shower, you just have a towel hook on the wall here. You do have a window in the bathroom, which is nice. Of course, you have a nice fan up top, so you can stay ventilated in here and keep all the moisture out of your RV if you have the fan running when you take a shower. As far as the elbow test goes, not going to pass on that side, but I'll be fine on the right. Hey guys, we took a couple of measurements on the slide to see that if it's in the in position, will you be able to get to your bathroom and your refrigerator in case you want to stop if you're on a long trip, grab some lunch, use the bathroom. You can do all that inside this Class C. This slide out is 21 inches deep, so 21 inches coming from the end of the dinette just brings it into right here. So plenty of room to get by, get to your refrigerator, and even get into the bathroom. The vanity itself is not part of the slide out. The slide out ends right here. So even if we come 21 inches in from that, it only brings you to here. So you have this much space to get through and use your bathroom. So here we are outside this Class C RV. One of the storage spaces we already saw from the inside. When you lift the bed, this is the big storage compartment that you can see from inside, and then you have access out here as well. That's tremendous. I mean, that can hold a lot of stuff. Down below that, you've got a couple smaller storage compartments, but this one over here has an electrical receptacle and a cable TV plug-in. So if you do want to set up a TV outside, you can plug everything in right here and be able to enjoy, I don't know, the Ravens winning the Super Bowl, for example. Maybe that from outside your RV. This Class C is the Jayco Melbourne, model number 24L. It has a GVWR of 11,030 pounds, a GCWR of 15,250 pounds, and a tow capacity of 5,000 pounds. The length is 25 feet 2 inches long, and it can sleep up to 4 people. When you first walk into this RV, on the right-hand side, you have the driver's cab and the overcab bunk. Then we wrap on around through the dinette and kitchen area, and then finally we have the bedroom and bathroom in the back. So my first impression when we walked in here is, wow, this is like really spacious. It looks huge in here. I even said to Susan, I think we could live inside this thing. It feels so nice and big. So let's walk on through it and see how it all works together. Now in the front here, we have the driver's cab, which have 2 very nice comfy bucket seats. This rig is built on a Mercedes chassis, so that's a really great thing. And then up top you have the overcab bunk, and so there's a little piece that flips up and out of the way, or it can flip down and turn it into a bed. And when you do that, let's take a look at how big this bed becomes, because I think it's the full width of the RV, which should be around 90 inches, and it is. And then the depth on it is about, let's see what we got here, 48 inches. So plenty of sleeping space up here. 2 adults could sleep up there. Definitely a couple kids could sleep up there. And then they have this nice mesh here. Now we have an overcab bunk in both our Class C and our Class A, and neither one of them have this. So our grandson could fall out of bed. This is a really nice feature to have, especially if you have kids sleeping up top. Now another nice feature up here is there is a TV that's on a swing arm. I'm not going to pull it all out and everything because this is packed up at an RV show, but you can pull it out. You can lay in bed and watch it up here, or you can swing it out and watch TV from your dinette area also. And then all the way up front, there are some cubbies up there with some mesh netting to hold things in place. And finally, there's a couple of lights up top as well. So the dinette here sits inside a slide, and this is a pretty deep slide. It's about 3 feet, and that's part of why it feels so large in here, because the entire dinette just slides on out. Now the dinette is set up in the bed position right now, and that's how they have it set up for the show, so I'm not going to change it back to a tabletop. But with the cushions in place, you could always remove the cushions and give yourself a bigger bed, but I'll just measure the full amount, so it'll give you the max space. And that's about 68 inches by, we'll call it 42 inches. So that's a great sleeping space. An adult could sleep there. Certainly 2 kids could cuddle on in there together. And there you go. Now on the one dinette bench, you do have storage underneath. There's also a receptacle underneath of the dinette. So if you're working here at your table, you can plug in your computers and whatnot. And then up top, we have a nice big window, 2 nice big windows actually. Lights underneath, and then additional cabinetry for storage. One other really nice feature that this dinette has is a tether connect for a car seat. So if you are traveling with small children that sit in a car seat, at least they can be nice and safe in here in the dinette while you're traveling along. So just across from the dinette is where the kitchen area is. But before we get to that, there's always, in every Class C, it seems like, a little cabinet right above the door. This one's no exception. Susan and I keep stuff like bug spray, suntan lotion, flashlights, you know, things that you need to go outside with tend to stay right inside this cabinet, but it's a good spot to store all that kind of stuff. As we work our way across, you have tons of storage up here behind these 2 cabinet doors. Very nice hardware that holds them in place, so you can use 2 hands to pull things out in and out of there if you'd like to. There's also this gigantic convection microwave oven. This is terrific size. You could actually cook a pizza in here, no problem at all. We have a convection oven now. We love it, and it allows you to both use this as a microwave, and you can also use it as a regular oven to bake things. So it's really terrific. Now on this end of the countertop, we have a single bowl sink with a gooseneck faucet overhead. And then as we move across, we have a 2-burner stove here, and it's got a nice glass top, which is used to sort of create some extra countertop space when you're not cooking. Now I would prefer to see this turned sideways with a burner in front and a burner behind, and that way it would give you more countertop space here, but this is how they have it set up. Now I do like this backsplash in here. That's very nice. If you get any splatter when you're cooking, this will help protect your your walls for you. Now, if you do need some extra countertop space, there is this little extend-a-top on the end, and there's also a receptacle here. So I would imagine if you were gonna, you know, make coffee in the morning or something like that, you could set it up here, plug it right in, and then there you go. That's a nice spot for that. It blocks the door a little bit, but not all the way. You can still use it if you want to. Now, below the sink and the cooktop, you've got all this storage underneath, and you also have a couple of drawers for all of your kitchen utensils. So just past the cooktop and the convection microwave is where the refrigerator is located. This is a great size fridge and separate freezer. It's a 12-volt fridge and freezer, so it runs off of the coach battery. And so very efficient. It gets much cooler, much faster than the old propane style refrigerators. In our Class C, we have that kind. We have to plug it in the night before and get it all nice and cold overnight. It takes like a good at least 12 hours to get the fridge and the freezer cold. And so with these compressor fridges, they run on 12 volts and they get cold much, much faster. The last feature in the kitchen that I want to point out is this really cool looking spice rack. So this just pulls right on out. You got 3 nice big spots here to store things. Now, if you were going to store spices in here, you better have some pretty tall spices, or maybe they could have made this, you know, 4 rows instead of 3 or something like that. I guess you'd be able to store some taller items in here too. So here I am in the back bedroom here, and the one nice thing about this camper is that it does have an east-west bed, and you can get out from both sides. So that's a really, really great feature. It's a little bit tight on this side, so I think, Susan, this would be your side, and then I would have to be on the other side over there, because I know I'd be crashing into the wall trying to get out of here. But nonetheless, you can still get out of bed without disturbing your partner, which is great. Now, over top, you'll notice that you've got a couple of storage cabinets there with some lighting underneath. There's also a receptacle inside the storage cabinet and a grommet, like a hole in the bottom of the cabinet that you could pull a wire through. I'm not really sure how you would use that. If anybody has any ideas, please let us know in the comments down below. If you have a setup like that in your camper, let us know how you use it. But it's a really cool thing to have already pre-drilled and in place for you. And there's also a couple of USB ports on each side underneath of that cabinetry. Then we've got a window next to the bed, and let's see what size bed this is actually. I wonder if it's a queen or not. Let's see here. So it's 72 inches and it is 60 inches wide. So this would definitely be considered a short queen RV sized bed. Now, one thing to note about this bed is when this slide comes in, because this is also in a slide, this bottom part of the mattress has to flip up in order for the slide to be able to come in. So we see people all the time, they leave comments in our YouTube videos that they don't like these, you know, these split style mattresses. The one good thing about it is that the fold is very, very low, or towards the bottom of the bed, and just your legs are going to be on this part, so you really probably won't notice that fold at all, to be honest with you. You've got a really nice big window here, which is your emergency window if you need to get out. And then you have a spot right here to hang your TV, which is a fantastic big area. You could put a big TV in here. You got your cable rough in, a couple receptacles here. You can lay in bed and drift to sleep at night. Now, a couple of other nice features with the bedroom are on the side of the bed over here, there is another outlet if you need one in that location. And then there's this giant wardrobe cabinet here. It's super deep. I'm going to measure this and see how deep it is. I think it's more than 3 feet. Nope, sorry, 33 inches, my mistake, but still pretty deep cabinet. And you can hang your garments in there and store a lot of other stuff as well. The ladder sits in here for the overcab bunk, and there's also a table that you can use in between the driver's seat and passenger seat up front, because they turn around and face into the RV, so you can put a little table between those two chairs and, you know, just have additional seating space in here. Now, down below this wardrobe cabinet, you have 2 shallow drawers up top that are very deep and 2 deeper drawers down bottom. So here I am in the shower in the bathroom, and this is where I usually end up at the end of the tour. And so this is a decent sized shower in here. Headroom wise, let's see what we're looking at. You guys know I'm 5'11", and in this particular, up to the top of the skylight, we have 6 feet 8 inches of height. In the entire RV, the regular ceiling height is 7 feet. So for you taller guys and gals, this is going to be a great camper for you. You'll be able to take a shower and walk around in here very, very comfortably. Now, when you're standing in this shower, there are 3 corner shelves for your soap and shampoo. And then it's got this shower curtain, but it's on a track. And I really like that a lot. The track actually curves out and into the bathroom, so it keeps the shower curtain away from you a little bit. And it just closes and retracts very, very nicely. Now, outside of the shower, there's a nice medicine cabinet here. And I'm a little perplexed by the medicine cabinet. I think it should be deeper. There's nothing on the shelves to hold anything in place. And who has stuff that is this tall that they would store in their medicine cabinet? I think they probably could have made this a 3-shelf kind of system instead of just 2. But it is what it is. And you could always buy shelving, by the way, and add it in here yourself and make that a much better storage spot for you. In the corner here, we have a great little vanity top set up here, a nice size sink, nice faucet. There's also a little spot right here where you can store a few things. And then down below, you have extra storage space underneath the sink and side countertop area. One quick thing to point out is on the side of this vanity, there is an electrical receptacle here. So if you need to plug in a hairdryer or a shaver or a curling iron, it's right here and ready to go. And then lastly, sitting on the commode, if I'm going to go for the elbow test here, I think I'm going to pass it with flying colors. One of the real downsides to this Class C, in my opinion, is there's really not much storage space outside at all. On this entire side, which is the driver's side, there's this one storage compartment. And then on the passenger side, there's just one small storage compartment over there. So you're going to have to store things inside your RV while you're rolling down the road. This Class C RV is the Jayco Greyhawk, model number 27U. It has a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,500 pounds, a gross combined weight rating of 22,000 pounds, and a tow capacity of 7,500 pounds. The length is 29 feet, 11 inches long, and it can sleep up to 7 people. When you first walk inside this Class C RV, on the right-hand side, you've got the driver's cab and overhead bunk area. Then as we wrap around, you have your dinette, kitchen, and living area. And then towards the back of this RV is where the owner's bedroom and bathroom are located. So our initial impression when we walked in here is that this feels like a really nice Class C RV. It's very luxurious feeling. We love the cabinetry and the color of all of the furniture that it's in here. It just looks and feels really, really good. But we'll start our tour up here at the front of the RV and in the overcab area. You'll notice that the shade is pulled down right now because it's super sunny and hot out today. I don't want to raise it up. We're already hot enough. But you've got this gigantic window that lets in a ton of light. And then your bed area up here is a really nice setup. You'll notice in the front corner, you've got a built-in cup holder. There's also a pair of receptacles and USB ports. There's also another cup holder on this end with some additional storage here. You can pop some things into this storage area or behind this cargo netting. On the other side of the bed is where TV is mounted in here. So it's perfect if you're laying in bed. And you can also swing this RV out, or this TV out, and see it from the couch and maybe a little bit from the dinette area as well. Now, the size of the mattress that's up here is, pretty good. I mean, the width on this is huge. We're talking 94 inches by about 52 inches wide. So 2 people could sleep up here very, very easily. Now, this is a brand new RV and everything's still in plastic, so I can't pull it all apart, but there's a pillow up here that just flops over and covers this area so that 2 people can sleep up here. But it's nice that you can flip it up so when it's not in use, it just makes it feel much more roomy, especially in the driver's cab area. Now down below here, this is built on a Ford E450 chassis. There's plenty of room up front, lots of space for cup holders and putting things away up in the front dash area. Usually there's a larger motor cover here that comes way deeper in, but in this case they've managed to keep it really far up front, so that's very, very nice because it gives you a lot more of a spacious feeling up in the driver's cab area. I forgot one thing about the overbunk, and that is, why the heck are there seat belts hanging from the ceiling? Well, there's a cargo net that when this is in use, you can put across the front, and it clips up into these little seat belt clips, so it's really easy to take it up and down. Now, just above the entry door, you've got a nice sized cabinet up here to store things away. Susan and I keep a little bag up here with like you know, flashlights, bug spray, all that kind of stuff that you might need as you're heading out the door at night. So it's a good little spot for that stuff. And then you've got these three just gigantic cabinets up top, over top of your sofa area, so you have plenty of storage up there as well. Now on the underside of this, we have three lights that really light up the area well, and there's also a receptacle on each end, so you can plug things in if you're sitting here on the couch, maybe watching TV and relaxing, or looking at your computer. You can plug in if you need to. You have a nice big window on the camp side, so it's nice to be able to look outside, see your picnic table, fire ring, all that fun stuff. And then we have a really nice comfy sofa, and this does jackknife out. You just sort of pull up the bottom and push the back a little bit and sort of jiggle her into space, and they just sort of pop on down. Get your pillows all straight. And let's see how big this is. It's about 58 inches by 43 inches. So, you know, just under 5 feet tall. I would say a kid could sleep here pretty comfortably. Maybe two really little ones could sleep on here. But anyway, you've got some additional sleeping space on your jackknife sofa. So here I am sitting at the dinette, and you could easily seat 4 people in this dinette pretty comfortably. It's definitely a good size. I like the fact that you've got this nice big window over top of the dinette, and there are even a couple of cup holders built into the dinette table. Now the table will drop down, and this can become or convert into another bed as well. And if you did that, you would have about 66 inches, so 5 feet 6 inches by 42 inches. And so, you know, an average size adult or some kids could be able to sleep in the dinette area as well. Now, one really nice feature in this RV is, I know when we take our granddaughter, we like to have the car seat tethered in, and they do have a couple of spots to be able to do that for you. So if you have little toddlers, they'll be nice and safe while you're driving on down the road. Also, there is a receptacle located underneath of one of the dinette booth benches. So if you have computers on the table, or even if you have, you might have some kitchen appliances you're using on the table if you're making a big meal, you can plug things in underneath because it's very accessible. And finally, there is also storage underneath both of the dinette benches. So here we are in the kitchen in this RV, and it's a very nice setup. It's kind of an L-shaped kitchen over here, and then we've got our refrigerator behind us here. So everything works well. It's in good proximity to one another to have it be a good, efficient, functioning kitchen in here. Now up top, we'll start out with this really large storage cabinet with a shelf inside. Right next to that, you've got a residential sized microwave oven in here, which is just fantastic. Down below that, we have a 3-burner cooktop, and then it even has a real oven built into it, so you can throw a pizza in there, which every now and then we certainly love to do. Now, also on the countertop area here, you'll notice that in the corner, we have a tower of power built in, and so you've got a couple receptacles, a USB and also a C port. But the main thing is, if you want to put a toaster or a coffee pot here, you can plug it right in. It's very, very convenient. They also have a nice big double bowl sink here with a big old gooseneck faucet, so plenty of room to wash your dishes. And you know, this is a point that comes up very often. We have some friends that had a double bowl sink in their RV. They just swapped it out for a single bowl. What's your opinion on that, though? Let us know in the comments down below. Do you prefer a big single bowl sink or double bowl sink instead? We'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that. Now, down below here, especially down here below the oven, there's just a gigantic deep drawer for all your pots and pans storage. And then you've got 3 drawers under here for all of your kitchen utensils. What's that? You need some more countertop space? No problem. You can just pull up the Extend-A-Top right here, and there's even another electric receptacle on the end. Now, the refrigerator in here is a very nice Furion fridge. It's got a very deep freezer area, a nice big refrigerator, and it's a 12-volt refrigerator, so it's not running on propane, it's running on your coach battery. And then just next to that, we have some nice, really large pantry cabinet storage area. All right, guys, so here we are in the very back of this Class C, and we're in the owner's bedroom area, and it's a nice feel in this bedroom. But the first thing I noticed that's really unusual is a window for your headboard. Some folks really like that because it lets in a lot of light into the room. You know, you get that natural light in here. Other folks, not so much. They just like it to be nice and dark while they're sleeping. And so let us know in the comments what you think about that feature as well. Do you like a window there or not, and why? We'd love to hear from you. You'll notice though, over top of the bed, you've got a couple of reading lights here. So there's one on each side. There's also a USB port on each side of the bed with little night tables here, so you can plug in your phone, tablet, computer, what have you, and charge it. And then you've got these 3 gigantic storage cabinets overhead, so you can store away a lot of clothes. Now, on each side of the bed, there is also an electrical receptacle if you need to plug anything in there. And then there's one last feature about this bed I do want to show you. Some of you might consider this a disadvantage, or you might not like this, but the mattress here, in order to get this slide to come into the room, you have to fold this mattress up. So you can't have a normal mattress. You've got to have a mattress with a fold. And that way the bed slides in, and it actually slides over top of this, so the slide can come in without running into the bathroom wall. Right behind me here are these 2 mirror doors that open up, so you have a nice big storage cabinet with adjustable shelves in here, and same thing on this side. And then there are 4 drawers down below that are really nice size full extension drawers for even more storage. Now, just past the cabinetry here is where your TV would be located in this bedroom. It's the perfect spot. You can lay in bed, watch TV, your receptacle and cable rough-in are right here, so that's a great spot for your TV. I also want to take a second and point out that this particular model has 2 air conditioners, one back here in the bedroom and another one up front in the main living area, which is great. You will stay nice and cool inside of this Class C RV. Now, just past the bathroom door, we're just kind of wrapping our way around through this bedroom, is where your wardrobe cabinet is located. So there's a bar up top, so you can hang things up in there. There's also a ladder that gets stowed away in here for the front over cab bunk. And then below that, you've got some really nice big full extension drawers as well. So here I am in the owner's bathroom, or the only bathroom in this coach, and I'm standing in the shower like I usually am. Now, as you guys know, many RVs, almost all of them, they raise the shower up off the floor a little bit so they can get all the plumbing to work, especially for the trap for the drain. So there's a big step up in here just to start out with. I mean, that baby is about 14 inches, so you'd have to step up and over that to get into your shower. Something to think about if you have bad knees or bad hips. You know, you may not want to have to do that. There are RVs that have smaller step ups, but standing in here, this particular shower height is 6 feet 9 inches inside the shower, inside the skylight. So for you taller folks, no problem at all. The shower in here feels like a very decent sized shower. I'd be able to shower in here very, very comfortably. I've got 3 shelves on the corner, so I can put my soap and shampoo there. Detachable wand. They also have this bar in here that you can actually remove and put it back. You're not going to want to drive down the road with that because it could pop out and scratch something. But if you need to hang up, like, you know, wet clothes or a bathing suit or something like that, you could hang it up in here and it'll drip dry inside your shower. So that's a nice feature to have. This also has glass doors built in, which I love. It just gives the bathroom a very residential, luxurious feel, and this certainly helps to do that. Now, just outside the shower, we have this medicine cabinet with some built-in shelving in there. Just below that, you've got a very nice vanity, little towel ring, and then this little drawer front pops out, and you can store some things in here as well. And then there's additional storage underneath the sink. So now Susan's in the shower and I'm sitting on the commode in this bathroom, and certainly not going to pass the elbow test in here, but it certainly feels spacious enough and comfortable enough, even with the door closed. If you were using the bathroom, you would be fine in here. Also, another really nice feature in this bathroom is that it does have a window, which is great for getting some natural light in here, but it can also help out with ventilation as well. So here we are outside of this Class C RV, and I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed with some of the storage space in this model. As you can see, there are 3 storage compartments on the camp side of the RV, and they're all a little bit on the small side. And then there's one big storage compartment on the other side. And it'd be a little, you know, that's where you'd have to keep your grill and some of your bigger storage items. Hey guys, let us know which one of these Class C RVs is your favorite and why in the comments down below. You know, we're not the only ones to read the comments, and we do read them all, and we try to respond to all of them as well. But the RV manufacturers also read through the comments on our YouTube channel. So they'll see what you like and what you don't like about their products as well, and they make changes based on what everyone's opinions are. So please, leave your comments down below, and if you'd like to check out some more awesome Class C RVs, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.